Kiwi Designs, and in this video I want to show you how easy it is to take any of our layout kits and instead of making a layout, create 7 cards like the ones that you see over here. Now each of our layout kits do come with 6 double-sided pattern papers that allow you to easily create a 2-page layout like the one here, plus a card. So on our title sheet here, you will get a variety of different sentiments that you can use on your layout and your card, but you also get the card base, which you can use the scraps from your layout to create the layers for your cards and create a card on top of the 2-page layout. Also in each of our layout kits, you do get an insert with a couple ideas to hopefully inspire you as well. Now, like I said, in this video, I want to take this layout kit and show you how we created 7 cards using the same paper in the layout kit to do that with. Now to start off with, we want to go ahead and first cut out our card bases that we're going to design on top with. Now for our card bases, what I use is the background sheets of paper. So we have 2 that are the same, and these are what we use for our background pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and cut some card borders or card bases out of these. Now our card templates are designed for your traditional card size, so 5.5 inches wide. And so I'm going to go ahead and stick my 12 by 12 sheet in and cut at 5.5 inches. And then you only need that to be 8.5 inches long. Now this extra sheet of paper we can use for some borders or other tiny accessories or things like that, but it is already cut down to 5.5 inches, which makes it really easy to just simply put one of our card borders on it and trace a card border out if you'd like. Now this is one of our card bases, and so you would just simply decide which side you want, and then you fold it over, and then now that gives you that card base to go ahead and design on top of. So with each 12 by 12 sheet of paper, we can get 2 card bases out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut another one out of the same sheet of paper. And then go to 8.5 inches. And again, 8.5 by 5.5 is your traditional card base. And this one we can choose to have the white on the outside instead of the burgundy. So now we have 2 card bases. We're going to go ahead and cut 2 more out of the second background paper. And then for the other 2, we're going to use this sheet of paper. This is one of our Blender's papers that we use. We keep it a little bit more subtle. You can see these patterns are a little bit more busier, and I don't recommend necessarily cutting them out of this because either your back of your card base will be really busy, so all of the other patterns and layers that you lay on top of your card base won't pop, or it will be really busy on the inside of your card. So we'll use those to design on top of our cards with. So these 2 sheets, look for the ones that are a little bit more subtle in their patterns. Those are the ones that you want to create your card bases out of. So right there we can create 2 more out of this sheet of paper, 2 more out of that one, so that gives us 4, plus the 2 that we already cut out. And then your 7th card base is actually going to come from the title sheet itself. And right here is one of the card bases that comes with this layout kit that we're just going to simply cut out to give us our 7th card to work with. Now that I have my 7 card bases cut out of my paper, we're going to use these card bases to actually design on top of. So for example, this card base that you see here, I just used these designer templates, laid it out on my card, and then used the scraps of paper. So these sheets of paper, which are double-sided, so you have other patterns and colors on the other side. And then of course your other scraps from your card bases that you cut. All of these can be used as the layers and embellishments on top of your card. Now one thing that I recommend is to go ahead and take these extra sheets of paper that you have, and I would cut a 5.5 inch strip out of them. This makes it really easy for you to cut your borders out for your cards. Again, all of the cards borders are designed to be 5.5 inches, your traditional card base. So as I'm designing, if you had your card borders this way, it makes it really easy to go ahead and cut those borders out if you already have pre-cut 5.5 inch strips, since you can just line it up, trace along this one edge, and then if you're doing the two, then you can do a straight cut and then cut it out. So you don't have to work with the whole 12 by 12 sheet of paper, place it on there, then you have to cut this part and all of that. So you have plenty of paper to work with by creating 7 cards, to have plenty of different patterns and colors to design all of these cards with. And you can recreate the ones that you see in our samples, or you can use any of the designer templates and then of course play your way and create whatever cards that you would like using these patterns and colors. Cutting these down to 5.5 inches really will simplify and just kind of speed up the process. And of course you still have this other portion that allows you plenty of room to cut any size of accessories or tiny accessories out of, depending on what you choose to use. So plenty of different patterns and colors to work with for the layers on your cards. Now another thing that I recommend to kind of just speed it up is to go ahead and pre-cut all of these different elements from your title sheet and just kind of have them all ready to use, and to keep in mind when you're designing your card if you want to use these or not. Now you'll notice that on some of the cards that we designed personally, we use the sentiments that were provided in that paper kit. And again, one of the great things about the designer templates is that they are clear, so you can use different designs with the elements to kind of just change it up and make it your own. So you just place it over there, adjust it, and then trace that out, and then of course you can add that to your card. So just kind of keep those in mind as you are designing your card. Say if you do want this to be out of this shape, then you can design it and move it around until you find a design that you like using that designer template. Now you'll notice also that on some of the samples that we used, this layout kit to create cards, we didn't use all of the sentiments from the layout kit. We did include some stamps, there's some rub-ons and things like that. And so you can incorporate stamps really easily into the designs of these cards as well. So whether you're a scrapbooker or a card maker, our layout kits will create either one. I hope this idea has inspired you to go ahead and pull out those kits and start creating your own today. Thanks for watching.